So what is up, Kings? I'm not sure if you are aware. I'm sure most of you guys are. Elon Musk has been on a tear with the H1B visa situation. I did a recent video on that. You guys can check it out. Suffice it to say, most people, for whatever reason, don't realize that people in positions of power obviously are trying to do whatever is in their best interest, their company's business, their empire's business. That has been what is done since the beginning of time. I've said many times before, to me, it's quite shocking how Westerners will watch TV shows or movies and will see people having ulterior motives and not be surprised by it. Yet when it comes to real life, they are ignorant to this fact that people in positions of authority and power oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes act in their own self-interest. That is what politics is. Us versus them, and asserting your power to your own interests or gaining said power in order to express your interests. Let's listen to what Sam Hyde had to say. Oh, and on top of that, Elon Musk and X has banned several, well, actually more than several, but many accounts, specifically more nationalistic, true America First accounts. On top of, there was actually a big channel that lost, or big creator that lost his badge, Myron Gaines. In his post read, "Elon, what happened to free speech? I was just debadged for no reason." So let's listen to what Sam Hyde has to say on this matter.
But the reasoning from first principles guy, the guy who's the free speech guy. And not only that, but the reasoning from first principles guy, the logical fallacy guy, the Reddit guy, good faith argue with everybody, whatever. All that shit. Blanket banning groypers, taking away blue checks, changing the algorithm of the site because 100 people ratioed you, because there's fucking 50,000 posts. They're all organic, by the way. This is not some Russian bot farm. It's not some nefarious behind the scenes. Let's mess with Elon. We're gonna fuck with him. That's not what it is. It's you tapped into a moist critical. You tapped into a moist critical, and we're back to moist critical.
Moist critical!
Mainline concern for the American people.
Which is very true. That's very well said by Sam Hyde. Some of the main social issues of our time are immigration, free speech, especially from these big platforms, because never in any point in human civilization have we seen the artificial creation of a human square, or a public square rather, made up of humans, behind their computers, their phones, whatever the case may be, that connects them from such great distances than social media. And we're still navigating those waters tremendously. A lot of conservatives forget this, shockingly, but Donald Trump was banned from X directly after Joe Biden was inaugurated as president. I don't remember exactly when that was, but it was around that time. And there were other major accounts that were banned as well on the conservative side of things. And all conservatives knew that there was shenanigans and censoring going on behind the scenes. This happens. People express their power. And right now, the side that has more people in prominent positions of power would be the left. in academia, in Silicon Valley, in finances, maybe not as much in finances as some of the other ones, but still it's an overwhelming majority, because there is a certain ilk that is overrepresented in those sectors of Western civilization. But this is a really important topic that directly influences information is power, and it directly influences the direction of the West. And so, Elon Musk, as I said in my previous video, knew that this was a hot button issue and knew that there were a ton of Americans that were on the side of we need to have free speech. Now, personally, I don't think most people who say that really truly believe that. What they believe is that their opinion should be heard. But as soon as they hear an opinion that they disagree with or deem as harmful, they are just as quick to want to silence as leftists are. We've seen this time and time again. And the thing is, when it comes to free speech, it's either there is complete, unadulterated free speech, or there's not. There's a lot of conservatives who kind of have this in between where, yes, there's free speech, but my private business, and they can do whatever they want. They can, it's my business, and if they have rules, you got to follow the rules, and and they cope and they seethe by doing all that, saying all that bullshit. Either there's free speech or there's not. And when the left was in power over free speech, one of the main thoughts, especially from people like Steven Crowder or Alex Jones, was that social media has become the modern day public square and has become kind of similar to like phone companies or, just like your everyday appliances, your everyday piece of technology that connects human beings to one another. Would it be fair for phone companies to not take the business of somebody because of their political beliefs? Of course not. That would be wild. That would be insane. But of course, when it's social media, because it's a relatively new thing and it's my private business, somehow it's okay. And as soon as the tide was starting to change the other way, many faux conservatives started to say that they were not okay with certain opinions and that it was okay for those dissenting opinions to be censored. Now, here's the thing. Personally, I think free speech and rights are a great concept and great, for the most part, great things in theory. But that's all they are things that can be given or taken away in a moment's notice. They are not material things that you can feel, see, and touch, okay? And they can be granted as quickly as they can be taken away. They can be taken away as quickly as they can be granted. And it all depends on who has the power to do so. Let's keep listening.
You treated it in a way that was glib and dismissive.
Glib!
You just became a Republican 3 months ago. And you're talking about removing a big portion of regular people, root and stem. No. People fucking love you. They will forgive you. Nobody is trying to get you to become turbo.
I don't love Elon Musk. I mean, but maybe there are a lot of conservatives who do have a very bright opinion towards him.
Base-pilled, full cannon immigration policy. People broadly understand. People broadly turbo base-pilled, full Pat Buchanan immigration policy. People broadly understand that you are a San Francisco, Tech, California, international immigrant. Well, if you want to be a regular tech guy, that's fine. You can do that. You can be Larry Ellison. You can go play on the boat. Nobody's going to give a fuck realize what you're fighting for. If you're going to be the tech king, if you've courted the MAGA base, you wanted these people on your side, they're ready to be on your side, but you have to fight not for Ben Shapiro's idea of the country of America, the notion of America as this collection of ideas. That's not what it is. It's Americans. That's who you have to fight for. If you're in America, doing business in America, you want to be the man in America, you have to fight for the American people. You're not fighting for a paragraph. You're not fighting for a set of ideas, man. It's the American people who need your help. That's fundamentally why I think people are pissed off here. And it's an easy fix. Just don't call them retards.
Man, very, very, very well said. I could not have said it better myself. There are many neocons and faux traditional, nationalistic conservatives that will be on the side of allowing just a little amount of immigration, just as long as it fits within my parameters, never mind the fact that this country, it was built by a certain segment of people and with certain values and belief systems. You can't just insert certain cultures into another culture and expect it to be this bright, positive, cohesive situation. Okay? There's a reason that they are leaving the culture that they are leaving. Okay? There's a reason that their culture is the way that it is. So, and there are many conservatives that say that America is merely a set of beliefs. And that, my friends, and ideas, that, my friends, is complete and utter bullshit. America is not merely that. America is its citizens and the people who make up the country that is the United States of America. That is what America is. And at the end of the day, being America first is about believing and advocating and going against things that are, well, either for or not for the best interests of American citizens. That is what being America first individual is. And being an America first conservative is about conserving the elements that benefits American citizens the most. And yes, American citizens do predominantly have a certain image and are made up of a certain people group. But increasingly, those people do not have power within America. And that is the problem. The last thing I'll say about this Elon Musk situation, without saying certain words here, is that this is not surprising to me, okay?
The guy who's the free speech
I could see this coming from a mile away, as could many others. When he kowtowed in his early days of purchasing X, by going to a certain nation and kowtowing to them and saying, how sorry he was for whatever he said. And this is the problem. This is the problem where people are hypocritically saying that they believe in free speech, but in reality, they're only okay with free speech that they themselves agree with, that align with their worldview. So this is where we're at. And like I said, I'm not surprised by this. I could see this from a mile away. He has been kowtowing for a while now. This is not something that is new. This is not going to be the end of it. Now, hopefully he can see the error in his ways and adjust and maybe right the ship, as it were. But I'm not optimistic about that. Okay, I think it's only going to get worse. And as Elon Musk becomes more prominent and more immersed in the political sphere, there will be people who also have power and have the ability to hurt him, which will dictate how he runs X. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment. You guys know the drill. And last but not least, DBAP, don't be a pussy willow. Facts are feelings because your feelings just don't matter. I love you, Kings. See you guys next time. Christ is King. Peace.